Welcome everyone, or anyone. It's going to be a short, possibly very windy little doggy. But I just did a little impromptu live stream because there's so many fish around at the moment. Down in Valentia, just fishing off the pontoons. As you can see, this is my full herring bait. I've got 3 fish on this already. Now it's going to be a bit windy today, but there's not much we can do about that. So there isn't, but it's a bit of fun. Usually you can just jump over this rail handy, but there's fun. As I said, it's going to be a bit windy, but if you could actually feel what the wind was like, you'd know what I'm talking about. I'll put you over onto the rods. First live stream for a while. But I said I'd have to do something with all this talk of lockdown coming back. Get back into the swing of it. I hope everyone's staying safe and all that. Oh. Barry, how's things? How are you doing? Good now. I don't know if you guys use herring much for bait. I generally never bothered, but I brought down 4 because we got a few yesterday. I've had 4 Huss on the herring. All I've had on the sand eels is dogs. So I'll just get a herring bait back out again as quick as possible. I usually never bother with them at all. Mark, I never bothered. I got a few bass, but I never bothered with them. I'm going to show you what I was doing with the herring, and I think this is where I was going wrong all along, as I wasn't taking the scales off of it. Nice coming from me anyway. So I wasn't. You hear my GoPro playing in my pocket. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But what I wasn't doing before with the herring is I was never bothering to take the scales off, and I think that's where I was going wrong with the bait. So I had never had any confidence in it. But today, like I said, I only brought, I think it was 4. And I've had all those Huss on it. And I've missed a couple as well, so I've been putting back out the baits and everything. So I'm going to try to divide this guy in half. I've got quite big baits on, which is unusual for me. So it is. There's been a fish a cast since I got here. So it has. I'll get back to a few of the comments now once I get this second rod out. Yeah, the descaling seems to be, I know that the guys that use the pilchards always use descale them, and I actually saw it on a couple of videos about people doing the same with mackerel. No, I've never bothered with mackerel either, but I don't know, this is my first time doing it, and I've got a nice few fish out of it, and a nice few missed fish. The Huss are notoriously finicky down here, so you can't hang around with them. You really can't hold back when you go to strike. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. I know it's not going to be pleasant for you, but it's been crazy the amount of fish. I said fishing bait's much bigger than I normally would, so maybe that's the problem as well. I'll show you this now here. That's what I've been using and going well. I got my Huss for the hunt anyway, which is the main thing, was the main aim for today. So I'll get this out now. See the other rod now starting to give a bit. Oh, there she goes. I don't know if you can see that rod. It's been crazy busy. Andy, how's things? Yeah, Ken, like I was saying, I wasn't descaling the herring at all, and I think that's where I've been going wrong. I'm going to wait for this to give me a good bite, and then I'm going to get into it straight away, because what I've done the first few times, it looks more dogfish-like now. They're big baits that are out there. But the mistake I made the first few times was I left them and nothing happened. I ended up with no fish at all. The locals think, who's this lunatic talking to himself? If only they knew there was 26 other lunatics around as well. It's been class so far. I've gone through a mackerel and about nearly all of my herring. Get some new comments. Jamie, how's it going? See, can I catch up on a few of these? Calvin, I've a couple of Huss, dogs. Alicia, it's down in South Kerry, Valentia Island, the pontoons. Well, that fish looks like he might be on. Again, sorry about the wind, there's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, because we're fishing from the pontoons, I should really turn that around, shouldn't I? One second now, bear with me. So I can make sure you can see me. Not fall over is another thing to watch out for here. look, you see the tip of the rod? Oh. Go back another bit. So, it's unhappy. Get a bit of leverage. See if I get the tip into shot. You always say that they're good fish down here, but there's also the chance of picking up a big massive clump of kelp, which is quite possibly what's after happening here. Oh no, he's definitely on. Feels like a good Huss. Just as the wind picks up as well. Oh, he's backwards and everything. Right, stand by. Trying to bite me. There you go. That was the mangled old herring bait, I think, anyway. For anyone who wants to share the stream, that'd be dead sold. I'm not going to stay on for too much longer. Jeez, this guy's not going to stay for a photo at all. Huss are one of the few fish that we have that will actively try and bite you. See, look. Right. What do you think of that? It's a nice fish, certainly a metre, 10 pound I suppose. His head versus my head. No, I gotta get him back because he's really pissed. Oh, fingers. Straight in under the pontoons. Herring, the way forward. He really tried to bite me there. Right. Hold on a second now. Get back around this. Look at my trace. I'm like an expert at getting these traces tied up. Right, back on rod watch. Now I'm just going to go through what I'm using here as I bait up. So I'm going to flick you back around again. Now what I've got is a pennel set up, and I don't usually use a pennel as a few of you will know. But look, you can see the hook has been bent out a bit there. the Huss down here are finicky, mad finicky, so when possible I always try and use a pennel setup, and that's the second fish I've got, and I think it's because of the pennel, because obviously there's the big hook, which is a 4-0, which is a bit of a departure for me. Don't usually use baits this or hooks this big, and I know some of you are thinking 4-0 is kind of like whiting bait sized, but as I said, the herring has been an absolute revelation, and you saw it in practice, and I'm glad I actually showed you that beat up part that I put out with the juice that's coming off of it. It's crazy. Lost all my comments. That wasn't too bad there. Just kind of catch up, Louis. Louis, I'm not too sure. I'm about to ask you how you pronounce your name. But what a day. And it was miserable here for ages. You can see in the background there that the mountain is starting to get covered again. And when that happened the last time, the rain that came down, it was brutal. So it was. But I'm really glad now that I got that on a camera. As you can hear by the voice, I'm quite excited about how the fishing is going today. And I'm definitely going to sneeze. I promise it's not anything serious. What's it? Right, I'm back. Please don't tell the government on me for sneezing. Really delighted with that Huss now, especially on the live stream. And I said I've got a good few fish today already. I'm getting a fish every cast. With the rain coming in, there was no way I could put it on live. And to be honest, I couldn't have been bothered going through all the hassle of going editing it again, so live was the best way. Get this cast out now again. Right, we're back again. But as you saw with that last one, it was a really finicky bite, even though it turned out to be a good fish in the end. So it did. That's the joys of the bull Huss, you just don't know what they're going to do. Try to level you up a bit there, lads. Oh. It was one of those wet, miserable days, except for the fishing, which is unreal. But a good few of you guys were talking about the mackerel video that I done, not the eating one, but the catching them and freezing them. So these are the mackerel that I did in the newspaper. You can see them. They don't look half bad at all. So they don't. Feed the gulls. But it's been a mad session so far in between the showers. And I didn't bring a whole pile of bait because, well, wife is confined to the car, the cold, so I'm not going to get to stay for too much longer. So I haven't. But it's been a great morning's fishing, or great afternoon's fishing, I should say. Oh man, can I see some of those comments now again? Dave, how's it going? Like, a lot of people would say with winter fishing, all they'll mention is crab. And that's because they're in areas that they get a lot of cod. A lot of guys, put away that other trace. A lot of guys are obsessed. Luke, how's it going? A lot of guys are obsessed with crab for winter. But depending on your area, like I know that the lads over in near the Humber there in the north of England, northeast, they prefer worms and squid over crab a lot of times. So it's really about your area. Like the likes of yawl is really good in my opinion. Crab is an area must-have bait. Crab and sandeel are must-haves when you go up there. But a big bucket of lug is always a good thing. Yeah, the lads are now, the hardcore fishermen just commented, like I was only over once to the Euros, but a good friend of mine, Mike, lives over there obviously, and he says the same. Sometimes you could have a big bucket of peelers and they wouldn't even care. Donegal lads, fair play to you, you're always fucking good for a share, a comment, and all like if you're doing nothing else. But I don't know about the ferry point. I haven't been up there, but it cannot be too far away. It's very possible that they've arrived already. As for blueies, I like them, but I find there are only a few places that I'd use them. There you go now. One of the lads locally has had a good few rays actually recently, so the rays are definitely around y'all. I'd love to be able to get up for a trip. Luke, yeah, I've had a few Huss. I just got a Huss earlier on in the stream, a good sized one, and I had a dog straight away as well. So I have a good few fish today now already. Perch rock fishing. Yeah, do you know, I have Mark, do you know what? We went over to the Home Nations a few years ago, and we were down from Anglesey. We did to the tackle shop there. I can't think of the guy who owns it, but you see, he was one sound fella, and some serious bargains to be had inside there. Anglesey Bait Centre, I think, is the name of it. Right there on the water. But what a lovely spot. I'd love to get out there with the pike or the pump and see what bait is around. It looks like an amazing spot for bait. So it does. It looks like the whole place is carpeted. As for the bluey, going back to Shannon Estuaries, where I've always had the best results with bluey. The Thornbacks really seem to like it up there, especially in the competitions. Phil, I had to do something. The world has gone to shit again. I don't know, there's talks of level 4 plus 1, all sorts of restrictions coming into place in Ireland tomorrow. So who knows how far we'll be able to go. Yeah, I think that could be the same fella. No, I'm not 100%. Like I said, we were there and we were in a mad rush and the shop was always busy, but just what a guy to give time. Super, I actually had the first couple of Huss on the Yuki. I'm waiting, my A6 is on the way and I can't wait to get a hold of it. I have a spinning rod coming as well, so I'm just hoping that it comes quicker. It was a bit of a mix up, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it soon before the bass move off, and the pollock fishing can be exceptional. But if we're locked down again, it's going to make things hard, so it will. But it's great to be back on the old live streams. It's good fun, like 42 guys tuned in as well, so don't be. Look at the guy on the left side there now. Luke, I've never caught a squid, would you believe? I was out in Yaw or in Phoenix, but I didn't get any. I heard there's a few mackerel around Phoenix for anybody local that's interested. for a few fish for before they move off. So Calvin, yeah, I will, man. Do you know what? There's a few crab around as well, so I could get back to the original spot with the rats. And I'm hoping that this 5 kilometers is the thing, and our 10 kilometers will be better again. I know, man. I don't know why they want, like, we've increased our peg matches to 30 meters apart, online entry, everything, like, so there, and all the contact tracing that we do. So really hope that we can continue to fish, but you just don't know. So you don't. Got a little bit of a finicky bite on the left one there now a few minutes ago. Keep my marker cut for the next bead while I'm talking. Shite. For anybody that's got any friends or family over in the States, I picked up this little knife out of the bargain bin there. It's called come on, no, Offshore Angler anyway is the name of it. Not to be confused with Mike Sherwood's Enterprises, but this is a really good knife. It's nice and compact. I'm going to try and get this in before I can feel the rain. A real finicky bite on the left side here now, so I don't know is it going to be a fish. Well, it's a fresh bait out anyway, because it could well be gone already. Be a tangly one. No bueno there anyway, don't think. No joy. Well, that would have been embarrassing. I do hope you you got to see that though. Anybody see the rod nearly fall in there? Did you see that, Tim? The peeler crab are just shore crab that are getting ready to throw off their shell. Yeah, being spot on there. That's what I got the few triggerfish on as well. Patrick, I tell you exactly now how you get them. Go down to the rocks, pick up a couple of, say just wrap that on there, but this is what I've been doing. Rather than having a massive bait like this, Like, there's no point in having this where the hooks aren't. I've been just putting it back on, sliding it down onto it. And then off you go. So they are quite big baits that I've been using. Take a small hook. There you go. 3 towels wipes my stuff on my pants. Fish now, just give me 2 seconds till I get this one out. That's the beauty of this place as well. No crazy casting needed. But as for the triggers, what I did was I got down to the rocks. I got some hardback crabs about the size of a 2-pound coin, or an old 50 pence maybe, but about around this kind of size. And what I did then with them is a float with about 2 feet or 3 feet of 30-pound line underneath it. Now you want a long shank hook to stop them biting through your snoods. That's what I used anyway, and it was very successful. I got them every day I went. And it's safe for me to say that now because I know that she's gotten sick of watching already. Hardcore fishermen, best of luck with that. I'm not going to be able to stay for too much longer anyway, because as you can see the mountains are disappearing behind us. So hopefully I'll be able to get another fish. The wind is really picking up there now as well. So I'm going to get in that other rod and get fresh bait. It could be the last cast to the stream. Bit clean. So it was. But as for congers around here, personally, I've never got one here. I've heard of a few decent sized ones, but I've never got one. And I tend to use quite big baits, so it's not a place I'd come to try and catch one, considering I've never picked one up accidentally, you know. Again, plenty elastic. Now that came in completely cleaned, so the fish have stopped and the crabs have come on here. They can be brutal here, so they can. Big T McRae, I am very good. Obviously, it would be nice to get a couple of fish going fast and furious, but they're, like I said, they're very, very finicky here, so you do miss a good few bites. Yeah, Lloyd, I've never actually came to fish. Whenever I come to fish, I fish for the Huss, really. I'm hoping to pick up maybe a small tourney as well for the old hunt, but keep forgetting I'm using a pennel hook, so I've stuck that into my hand 2 or 3 times already. switch that around. Watch the old rods again. I hate when the light sits like that, one over the other. But Lloyd, yeah, I know a few lads that have got, actually Lloyd, if you're familiar with the area, it looks like there's no pier there at the moment. Yeah, it's big tide today and it's only about a foot under the pier, I'd say. Paul, you missed a big Huss, yeah man. A good Huss at least anyway. Sorry now guys, I just flick back there to a couple of comments kind of kick up together usually. But Patrick, yeah, under a float about 3 foot of 30-pound line is what I was using, and just they're really scrappy. This is one of my all-time favourite places to fish a match as well. It's crazy. Calvin, do you say I'm a few likes or a few ahead of one and a long way behind the other? So fish there now straight away on the Sublime. See it? That niggly little bite. I hope it's a big Huss again. The place is absolutely full of seagull shite as well. So there's obviously been a good few fish around at the moment. That was the rod I just cast out on the right hand side of your shot there on the tripod. So that must have just landed on a fish. See it? Let me go have a closer look. Paul, I'll tell you the truth now, like I've signed up to do the pro staff gig with Yuki, but I would buy their rods if I wasn't, if that makes any sense to you. I have the Yuki Sublime at the moment, and I have a loan of one of the lads. He's got a 911 sensitive, and it's unbelievable. I can't wait to get on the bass with it, but like everything. Patrick, yeah, all gone for until next year. Right, I turn it around, that's it. I'm gonna have a go at this one. I can feel it banging away, and like the problem here is I missed a few fish already today by leaving it, so that's probably what I usually do though. If I stood in shot, I suppose, wouldn't it? Possibly a dog. Doesn't fit as big as the last couple of us. I don't think it's going to be an with an ass hook fish. No. I caught over my own line. Well, so that's added to a bit of excitement there. So it has. only a small dog, I should say, if anyone's getting excited. They're only a doggy, but they do get a good size around here. And wouldn't you know, not one hook to be seen out of the two, so this is going to be a bit of an ordeal. Sometimes when I'm fishing matches, I'd be worried about my hooks being too big. But this is a pennel setup, a 4-0 and a 1, and both of them are gone. Quite bitey as well. Wouldn't you know it? The 4-0 rise first. Let's get the pliers for this, that's it. I just gave it a tug and it all came out in one ball. I don't even think he was hooked. Nice little dog for the video. Yeah, I was thinking it was a Huss, so I gave it a little more. The other rod's gone mad slap as well, but my person is after reading it in. It's like you've got me there. After all, reeling it in. Oh, he just dropped it. Another doggy. Come around here now. That back out actually. It was a small dog that time, as you can see. Hold on, you might be able to see. He's bunched up the bait quite severely. Now when they come on, they really come on here, so I'm going to call it a day. So I am. 50 minutes isn't bad, but there's, as you can see, the weather that's coming is not fun, and I've got away with it. I can see the showers passing by on the other side, so I'm going to hit the high road before I'm killed. So, like I said, I'm gonna hit the high road. I was only supposed to fish for an hour, and I've had the live on for an hour. This is the way he had it, and the bait was just in a big mush ball. Now there was a hook in it, but he didn't have it in him. But he did have it swallowed, so it just popped straight out. Thankfully, because it was a nice way down. But guys, thanks for coming around for an old watch. The unplanned ones are always the best, and nice to get a little Huss in it. I think it's around 17 minutes for anybody who wants to watch it back. The stream will upload automatically anyway. Ben, take it easy, man. So, but it was definitely, Niall, take it easy too. Yeah, the dogs. Oh yeah, it was a good old dog. Jeez, it was a pity that the second one came off as well there, because he had a. It would have been funny to show you the size of the bait that he had inside his mouth. So it would. But I'm gonna hopefully get a bit more of this kind of thing done again. It's hard to keep going with the channel sometimes. The editing is a real pain, especially when you're not very good at it. But it is definitely nice to be out, and it's great to have the chat with all the lads. Paul, you're going back into lockdown. Jesus, it's no joke, guys, is it? I don't know what's going to be announced for Ireland tomorrow, but they're saying that the county by county thing isn't working, so that can only be a pretty severe lockdown coming. So okay, throw a bit of the old bait there. Yeah, like I said, recap. I'm not too sure how many Huss. I'll have to have a look, but one nice one, two nice ones and two small ones. But really worth the trip out, and I can't believe the herring was so successful, because I never bothered with it before. But I'll definitely be bringing it back down here next time. My box is in an awful shambles. Yeah, cheers, Jack. Big T, you're absolutely right there. But if she kills me though, I'll definitely not be able to make the next couple of ones. So lads, I'll wait till this rod, the kind of the chewed up bait, and I'll pack up the rest of the stuff and I'll bring it in then. Cheers, man. Bag for rubbish. Looks like a few people have been neglecting to bring their rubbish home from fishing here, so I hope it's nobody that came down here after seeing me, because it's not on. Although there was a tongue and a broken pint glass at the start, so somebody had a good night last night, I'm guessing, or a great night, depending. Mark, mind yourself. Hope you all stay safe over there. Phil, you too. Thanks for commenting, guys. You know, it's there's nothing worse sitting here and then you can see a few guys watching and there's no few comments go up. Just a bit of fun. So it's good. Like we're all in it together at this point. So that's it. Right, I'm gonna read up this one. So I'll flicky around. There's nothing doing with it, but I'll just read it up anyway. Right lads, definitely last hurrah. Luke, there's no bother at all, man. The next time I'm up there, I will. The only problem is it's usually filthy, so you have to it's hard to take your phone out to do it, so you need a second person there, and as you can imagine there's not too many. Right guys, I'm gonna hit the road because there's definitely a good shower coming. Thanks again, and I'll see you again, and bad pun time, I'll catch you later.